Hi friends, Gia here. Welcome if you're new, and if you're already a subscriber, thanks for coming back. It's Debt-Free Friday time. Please excuse my voice as I lost it a few days ago. It's now coming back and I feel like I'm well enough to speak. Welcome to all of my new subscribers. I have a bunch of new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome. I hope you enjoy my channel and my content. But this week's Debt-Free Friday, we're gonna talk about the 2 things you need to do in order to have a successful budget. Okay, these next couple of weeks, Debt-Free Friday, I'm going to focus on budget basics because I've been getting some questions and some emails about just where to start, you know, what to do to have a successful budget. Who is Dave Ramsey? What are sinking funds? I'm just going to be talking about the basics and just explain some of the terminology that I use, especially if you're new to the Dave Ramsey system or if you're new to my channel. And I just want to present it in its simplest form. Today I'm going to talk about how to create a budget that works. First, I want to tell you about this really alarming statistic. According to Gallup.com, 1 in 3 Americans follow a budget, have a budget, and follow it. I mean, that is just crazy to me. Because to me, no matter how much money you have, everybody needs to have a budget. I mean, you could be making $3 million a year, but if you're spending $6 million a year, you're still broke. So, I mean, look at Kanye West. I mean, he's $58 million in debt. To me, they're broke, you know? So I think it's important. I think budgeting is a must in every single household, or at least knowing where your money's going, knowing how much exactly you have coming in and how much you have going out, and that you always are in excess with money coming in. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I think another reason why a lot of people don't have or follow a budget is because when you say you're on a budget, there's almost like a negative connotation with that. I mean, it's almost as if you can't afford things, or if you're maybe your money is low, or you don't have that much money coming in, and that's why you have to budget. And that's really a nasty negative stereotype that, you know, that's not what it means at all. It just means that you're responsible with your cash, that you know exactly what you want to do with it, and it's really just directing your money. That's what a budget is to me. Directing your money, telling your money what to do instead of your money just controlling you, you know, and your expenses controlling you. You have to control your own expenses. And the way to do that is by budgeting. And that's another reason why I started my channel, is to just wipe that negative connotation away. There are very, very wealthy people that budget and that follow a budget. That does not mean that you don't have any money, or it's not a negative thing at all. It's actually a very positive thing. Now, there are many ways to budget or create a budget. You know, my way may not be for everyone, but as long as you're budgeting, that's what's important. And if you're interested to know how my husband and I budget, I do zero-based budgeting and I explain it. I will insert a card here, or you could click this box right here where I explain to you what we use personally and how we budget in the Excel spreadsheet that I use. I mean, I love Excel. I mean, if you're not comfortable in Excel, there are several other ways you can budget. Do it with a pen and paper. It comes down to writing down all of your income and writing down all your expenses, or tracking all of your income and tracking all of your expenses to know exactly, like I said, how much comes in and how much goes out. And saving, you know, saving is so important. But if you're in the beginning and we're talking about budget basics here, what you want to do is track your spending. Track your spending, what's coming out of your household, and track the income that's coming into your household. And if you want to live a debt-free life, you have to do this. This is the only way to really live a debt-free life, is if you track what's coming in and track what's going out. And it's really that simple. You have to use realistic amounts. If you don't know, if you have no idea, you know, how much money you're spending each month, it's just simple. Pull up your bank account online, start tracking every single expense, start categorizing it, you know, budget for the future. If you don't know your exact expenses, do a rough estimate, or try to do an educated guess as to how much you think you're going to spend, and then you estimate how much income you're going to have coming in. The 2 most important things that you have to do in order to have a successful budget are consistency and reconciliation. You've got to stick to it. Even if you miss a month, or if you miss a few expenses, or even if you bomb it and mess everything up, keep tracking, keep budgeting, consistently, it will pay off in the future. And the second thing that you have to do to have a successful budget is reconciliation. Okay, the fun part is just making the budget. To some people, the fun part is just making the budget. But the second part of that is, as the month goes through, you have to reconcile to your budget. You know, you have to sit down and look at what you actually spent, and if you went over budget or if you went under budget. It's really that you really have to reconcile. I think that's one of the most important parts. And I think that's where some people actually get lost or get confused or just stop altogether, is the reconciliation part. You have to reconcile your budget. And if you're interested to see how I reconcile my budget, I use mint.com. I'll insert a card here on how we do it, or you could click this box right here that I explain how we reconcile our budget. It's all through mint.com. I'm not being paid to say that. I love mint.com. I've been using them for years. So that's it, guys. What do you think are the most important keys to having a successful budget? To me, consistency and reconciliation, those are the two most important. But what do you think is the most important thing to do to have a successful budget? I'm interested to know what you guys think. If you haven't checked out my previous video, check my video out here and check me out on all my social media platforms listed down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.